What if I told you that someone can track your location, intercept your SMS messages, block your phone calls, and even steal your bank verification codes using nothing more than your phone number? SS7 Network. Using SigPloit. SigPloit is an open-source penetration testing framework designed to test vulnerabilities in telecom protocols such as SS7, Diameter, GTP, and SIP. One of its most powerful capabilities involves abusing the Mobile Application Part (MAP) protocol, which can be used to retrieve subscriber information, track a user's location, and manipulate SMS routing. The framework can also spoof signaling point codes, allowing attackers to impersonate trusted network elements such as MSCs or HLRs and send fake signaling messages. In addition, SigPloit demonstrates how man-in-the-middle attacks can be performed by manipulating telecom routing information, enabling attackers to place themselves between communication channels and intercept messages or calls. Accessing the SS7 network with SigTRAN. Before attacking the SS7 protocol, we need to get into that network. This is highly restricted as it can lead to the interception of calls and messages and many such activities. One of the ways to get access to the SS7 network is by using SigTRAN, signal transport, to convert the SS7 protocol into a TCP/IP suite. To communicate with an SS7 network, a SigTRAN gateway is required. Protocols such as SCTP, M3UA, and SUA are then configured to carry telecom signaling traffic over IP networks. How to use SigPloit to intercept messages and calls. You need to have access to the SS7 network before performing the attack, which can be done with SigTRAN as discussed earlier. Runtime. After run the command, please enter U, then enter 1. Here you can enter what you target. I enter 0. For setting these parameters, refer to the README file present at this location. SigPloit, testing, server, attacks us interception, update location, server after cat parameters. You will add these IP addresses in your machine. Now set the values in the tool that were found earlier in the config file. Run it. This method is the interception of calls and SMS using SigPloit. Similarly, we can use other tracking options or launching a DOS attack. Alternatives to SS7 Diameter. A newer protocol used in 4G and 5G networks. It handles user authentication and network communication more securely than SS7 SIP, Session Initiation Protocol, used for internet-based voice and video calls. It supports encryption, making communications more secure. SigTRAN, signal transport, allows traditional SS7 messages to travel over modern IP networks using SCTP, making telecom infrastructure more flexible and efficient, defending against SS7 attacks. While SS7 vulnerabilities still exist, strong security practices by users, telecom operators, and regulators can significantly reduce the risk of these attacks. Use app-based authentication. Use authentication apps instead of SMS OTPs whenever possible. Limit SS7 access. Telecom operators should only allow trusted networks to access SS7 services. Deploy SS7 firewalls. Monitor and block suspicious signaling requests before they reach the network. Choose secure mobile carriers. Use telecom providers that actively protect against SS7-based threats. Beware of phishing attacks. Never share OTPs, PINs, or personal information through calls, SMS, or emails. Protect sensitive information. Avoid sharing personal details with unknown individuals or websites. Use encryption and security controls. Encryption. Modern telecom security measures can help prevent message interception and unauthorized access solutions. For banks, use app-based authentication instead of SMS OTPs whenever possible. Banks should also monitor SIM card changes and unusual login locations to detect fraud. For telecom operators, monitor SS7 traffic, deploy signaling firewalls, and implement stronger security measures across modern 4G and 5G networks. For governments, introduce stronger telecom security regulations and require strict verification procedures for SIM swaps to prevent account takeover attacks. What is SS7? SS7, Signaling System Number 7, is a global network protocol since the 1980s that connects all mobile operators worldwide. It controls calls, SMS, and data routing between telecom networks. The problem: it has zero authentication, meaning anyone can send messages pretending to be anyone. Key vulnerabilities, main attack types. 1. SMS OTP interception. Most banks use SMS for 2FA, two-factor authentication. However, attackers intercept verification codes and take over accounts. Even more unauthorized SS7 network access has reportedly been available for as little as $150 to $2,500, making these attacks far more accessible than most people think. 2. SIM card swap. Fraudster tricks telecom operator into issuing a duplicate SIM. They then reset your PIN and drain accounts. Real-life example. A victim received a phone call from scammers claiming they were helping with SIM registration and a 4G upgrade. During the call, they convinced the victim to dial 102 mouse, which was part of a SIM swap process. Shortly afterward, the victim lost access to their mobile service, and their Airtel Money account was completely drained by the attackers. 3. Account takeover via USSD. An attacker spoofs your phone number, changes the PIN, adds a new phone to the account, and transfers money within minutes. 4. Social engineering. Hackers send fake USSD messages that appear to come from your bank, asking you to confirm your PIN for a pending transfer. Believing the message is legitimate, victims willingly provide their credentials, allowing attackers to gain access to their accounts. 5. Denial of service. DOS. This is the process when hackers can exploit SS7 vulnerabilities to block incoming calls and text messages for specific users. In some cases, these attacks can disrupt services across larger parts of a telecom network. As a result, you, victims, may be unable to receive important calls, SMS alerts, or verification codes, preventing legitimate transactions from being completed. The shocking stats. According to industry surveys, fewer than 30% of telecom operators in the European Union have implemented recommended security measures, while the implementation rate in many developing countries is reported to be below 0.5%. Even more concerning, around 70% of telecom operators and regulators surveyed in developing regions had no clear visibility into whether their networks were under attack. Meanwhile, more than 80% of European telecom operators reported detecting or encountering telecom-related attacks. Real attack. Cost. A real-world example of an SS7 attack occurred in Germany in 2017. Attackers first infected victims' computers with banking malware to steal their login credentials. When the victims attempted to access their bank accounts, the bank sent a two-factor authentication code via SMS. The attackers then exploited SS7 vulnerabilities to intercept these verification codes before they reached the victims' phones. With both the banking credentials and the stolen OTPs, the criminals gained access to the accounts and carried out unauthorized money transfers. Who's vulnerable? People in developing countries are among the most vulnerable to SS7 attacks because many still rely on USSD and SMS services for communication and financial transactions. Mobile money users in Africa and Asia face a higher risk, as these services are widely used for banking. Anyone using SMS-based two-factor authentication can also become a target. Feature phone users are particularly vulnerable because they lack many of the security protections available on modern smartphones. Why isn't it fixed? Telecom companies are not responsible for fraud losses. Security upgrades are expensive, and 75% of operators say cost is the biggest barrier. Many countries still have no laws or regulations addressing SS7 security. Telecom companies often don't lose money when attacks happen, so fixing the problem is not a priority. Many regulators and telecom operators still don't fully understand the risks associated with SS7 vulnerabilities.